And number 9, guys, look, this is my video and this is all my opinion anyway, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit and I'm gonna say, sorry, I got a text message from my, right on set. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jed here with a new sneaker video. Today, better late than never, I'm gonna be talking about my top 10 sneaker L's of 2020. Shoes that I really loved, some of the best sneakers of the entire year, but I was really unfortunate and I copped an L. Don't get me wrong, super grateful. I still got an awesome bunch of sneakers in 2020, so you can peep that last video. But anyway, if it's your first time here, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button and share with all your friends, do all that good stuff. Anyway, let's get into these shoes. Starting off at number 10, a classic, the Nike Air Max 95 Neon. Now, man, not really much to say about this shoe. I kind of feel like shoes that come out at the start of the year and at the end of the year really struggle for a lot of people to make it to the top 10 list. Me personally, it's one of the greatest Air Max designs of all time, and it's the original colorway. And last year, they didn't actually even, well, I can't speak England. They did a really good job on the quality of the Air Max 95 Neon. If you guys have had those in hand, make sure you try to pick them up because you can get them for a decent price still. Some of them are sitting on shelves in other places as well. So the Air Max 95 in the neon colorway, a definite cop, OG color, you can't go wrong. It's always gonna look dope. So make sure you get your hands on it if you can. That is number 10. At number 9, I'm gonna cheat, guys. Look, this is all my opinion and this is my video anyway. So I'm actually gonna say all the Dunk Lows that came out in 2020. Now, what I mean by all the Dunk Lows is kind of like all the color, oh wow, man, I can't speak English today. All the college colorways, like the St. John Lows, the Syracuse and the Kentucky Lows, those were all dope. The Brazil Lows as well, which wasn't a college colorway, but another classic. And also like the Ugly Duckling pack. Like that whole setup was amazing. I loved all of them. The only reason I didn't get them, to be honest, is because look, your mans isn't rich, and I had to like make sure that I was like, you know, putting my money towards the things that I really wanted in 2020. And like a lot of big things happened in 2020, so my money went to other things, other sneakers, other ventures. So I missed out on them, but the good thing is most of them aren't too expensive except for the first couple. So I'm sure I can still get my hands on them in the future. But that's coming in at number 9, all the Dunk Lows of 2020. At number 8, guys, we have the Nike Dunk Low SB in the Strange Love colorway. Now, this is another one that came out early in the year, like Valentine's Day. I love the Strange Love SB, but as everything with SB last year, like as soon as stuff dropped, it got sold out, and then the resale on everything was just insane. And now those are like fetching over 2K in the Australian market, which I don't know about you guys, but I mean, if you got that kind of money to spend, all good, do what you want. I'm not about to spend $2,000 on a pair of sneakers, you know what I mean? But definitely a dope colorway, and I think it just reminds me of that golden era of SBs. It's like, you know, it's starting to come back, you know, the stuff that's really heavily themed, crazy colorways, really unique materials used in the sneaker. The Strange Love is a definite top 10 sneaker, and that's coming in at number 8. Number 7, a bit of a sad one, guys. The Nike Kobe 6 in the Grinch colorway, the Kobe Grinch. Now, I mean, I didn't even know where to start. When that whole thing happened, like 2020 was bad enough already, but when that happened at the start, like, I'm not kidding, like that stuff brought me to tears, guys. Like I was really upset about that. It was a sad, sad day for like the world, you know? Dude was an icon, just enjoying his life. But man, all love to Kobe's family and all the other families that died in that accident. But yeah, like the Kobe Grinch, the Sixers, I think it's the Kobe. Like when I think of Kobe sneakers, I think of the Grinch. Like that is the one that everyone wanted. You know, there was a whole thing where all the resellers kind of went a bit crazy, and props to all the stores that actually took the shoes off the shelf and kind of, you know, slowed that down a little bit. But yeah, just like that shoe, I love that Nike brought that back. It was a really like cool way to pay homage to like one of the greatest players ever. And yeah, like that's an iconic sneaker now because he's an iconic player, and that is the colorway that I will always associate with Kobe Bryant. So RIP, and love the Kobe 6s in the Grinch colorway. That's coming in number 7. The next one, guys, this shoe was the number 1 sneaker for a lot of people for 2020. Me personally, I really loved it, but it wasn't like my top shoe, and that is the Air Dior. All right, the Nike Jordan X Dior Jordan 1. Now, I don't really need to say much about this sneaker. The most hyped up sneaker, stupid expensive shoe. And when it first came out, obviously sold out straight away. And then after that, on the resale market, it was sometimes fetching like $20,000, bro. Are you kidding me? It's just unattainable in my opinion, unless you got it on release. And even then, that was a lot of money. Now, don't get me wrong, the shoe looks dope. The icy bottoms, the Dior details, the Dior swoosh, it looks amazing. But like what a lot of other people have said, if you took that Dior design off it, would it actually look as good? Would you actually be as attracted to the sneaker? And I know it's hard to say, but honestly, I don't think so. Like, it's a pretty simple, basic colorway. I know it's premium and all that kind of stuff, but if it didn't have that Dior name with it, I don't think it would have been as huge. But I do gotta pay respect to it because it really like linked a sport brand, performance brand, to like a high-end fashion brand. And so I think for that, it deserves to be on the list. At number 5, guys, we have the New Balance 992 in the double taps colorway. Came out kind of earlier in the year, pretty low key. Most people that are into sneakers kind of slept on it, forgot about it. I actually had an opportunity to get them as well, but same kind of thing. I was trying to save my money for other things coming out at the same time, so I had to make a decision, you know. So it's a regrettable one that I missed out on because I know I could have probably got it for a good price back when it came out, and now it's like fetching like 1,500-ish or more. But I just love like the really simple plain tones. Double Taps is also a dope brand, so like them having a collab with New Balance is perfect because it's one of those if you know kind of brands, and so is New Balance. I feel like a lot of people that are into NBs are kind of like, you know, if you know, you know. When you look at these things back here, this is a classic and most people wouldn't even know what they are, you know? So if you know what this sneaker is, actually, let me know down in the comments below. This is one of my favorites. So if you know what this is, let me know. Coming in at number 4, we have the Nike Off-White Air Jordan 5 in the black silver colorway. Now, this was Complex's number 1 sneaker. A lot of people had it as their number 1 sneaker of 2020. It came out during All-Star Weekend for the NBA. And like me personally, I had the sales in my top 10. It's one of my favorites. I actually like the sales better than the black silver colorway just because I wear more of that color than I do with the black silver. But I still think it's an amazing shoe. It's obviously the first Jordan 5 that Virgil worked on with Off-White, and I love them. I think that they are easier to wear because they're a lot slimmer than the traditional Jordan 5. There's less padding and that deconstructed look of the upper. Although, I don't like it as much as the guys from Complex that had it as number 1. Like for me, like I had heaps of sneakers ahead of that on this list and my previous list. So I like it. Like it's in that top 5 territory, but it's that's where it's gonna sit for me. The Off-White Jordan 5 and the black silver. All right, guys. So top 3. These were also similar to my last video, really interchangeable. This is one that I really thought was gonna get the number 1 shoe of the year, but I feel like everyone was on it and then they just totally forgot about it. And that is the Nike Stussy Spiridon in the Fossil colorway. Now, man, the Spiridon I love as a sneaker already, and the Spiridon like caged is awesome as well. And it's kind of one of those silhouettes that everyone forgot about until Stussy did a collab with them. And I think that is dope. The fossil color with the black accents looks so good on foot, and it's such an old kind of early 2000s runner style that is super popular in Australia especially, but I just kind of like that whole vibe. And honestly, if you've tried them on, like Spiridon cage are so comfortable. They feel so good on foot. The mesh is like super soft, but that colorway and that fossil joint, man, like I really thought that was gonna be number 1, and it's on my top 3, the Stussy Spiridon Cage 2. Number 2, this probably isn't a surprise for a lot of people. The SB Chunky Dunky, the Dunk Low, like the whole thing reminded me of the early 2000s, that golden era of SB. A lot of people are saying some crazy things now that they think there's going to be the next Paris Dunk. Look, I wouldn't go that far, but I definitely think that it is going to be one for the history books. The whole the collaboration was just done perfectly. You can't fault it. The whole rollout, the packaging, the story behind it, just that loud, crazy, obnoxious, SB design. You know what I mean? Like the weird materials. And a lot of people said, it was that shoe that kind of linked the general public to sneakerheads, because people that didn't even know about sneakers were like, oh, did you see those ice cream shoes? That's crazy. So that definitely deserves a spot on here. For a lot of people, it was number 1. For me, it came in at number 2, which is still very high. I missed out on them. Now I have to pay an arm and a leg if I ever want to have them, but it is what it is. The number 1 sneaker that I copped the biggest L on in 2020. Bittersweet, because I got one of the other colors in this shot right now, okay? And that is...
Drum roll!
The Union Jordan 4 in the Guava colorway. Oh man. Okay, this shoe was a Union exclusive, so it was a much harder sneaker for me to get in Australia. And it's just sad, guys. It's just sad. I do love these. I love these. This is on my list and it was top 4. I love this shoe. But that guava colorway, man, it just looks so good. It's so unique and weird and out there. The pink and red and all those kind of pastel tones. It just looks so good on foot. It just makes you sad. And same kind of thing. That shoe was so fun for me because everyone absolutely hated it. They lost their minds about that sneaker. You know what I mean? It was so ugly that everyone lost their minds about the stitching on the tongue, and people got properly mad about it. And it was, after that, it was on everyone's top 5 list of the year. Everyone flipped on them so hard. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed watching it. You know what I mean? I enjoyed all the hype beasts, just flipping as soon as they saw people wearing it or they saw it on someone's account. Which, I mean, it's all good. I have a bit of that in me as well. I'm not gonna lie. If I see something and it looks good after I hate it on it, look, I'll admit it. I definitely the hype gets real, so it's fine. But those guavas, that's one of the shoes this year that I missed out on that I actually would consider dropping a stupid amount of money on to get them in my hands now. So there aren't many that I would do that for, but that is one of them. And that is my top 10 biggest L's of 2020. Let me know what you think of the list. And actually, you know what? Tell me what your top 3 biggest losses are, your biggest regrets, biggest shoes that you missed out on in 2020. Let me know down in the comments below. Love having a chat with you guys and opens up that dialogue. So thank you guys for supporting. Like I said, it means a lot. Make sure you hit that big red subscribe button if you haven't already. Share, comment, all of that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out.